What's up, everybody? It's your boy Brandon Blakeney, aka Brandon Lee TV. Welcome back to the Live with Brandon Blakeney podcast. Kick back, relax, and come take a ride with me. Now, we got to talk about the Jimmy V Women's Classic. We just saw South Carolina take on a very scrappy and persistent Duke squad at their home court in Durham, and they really made the Gamecocks work for it. I'm not going to lie. Now, this is the second game in a row where the Gamecocks have found themselves in a dogfight on the road against a ACC opponent. This is the other end of Tobacco Road, facing Duke after beating Carolina. And this game, once again, got chippy. It got spicy on the court. There were texts given at the end of the second half. Coach Staley was on the court very visibly upset and going at it. And the players were going at it. Chloe Kitts was public enemy number one. And the youngster comes back and fights through the turmoil, fights through adversity, and leads this team in scoring and plays her best game as a Gamecock in her young career. You talk about charisma. Man, she really showed up today, and they overcame an upset effort. Duke started out very hot from the three-point line, and hey, the Gamecocks, they were trailing after the first, and they fought back and got an impressive win, and they still look like the best team in the nation. But before we get into it fully, make sure y'all hit that subscribe button for all the latest and the greatest, and join our memberships. We got that exclusive content coming daily, weekly, whenever you need it. Now, let's get into it.
You are now locked into the Live with Brandon Blakeney podcast. Here is your host, Brandon Blakeney.
The Gamecocks trailed after the first, but after those texts were given, they came out on a 12-0 run to really surge past Duke and take control of this game. Big second quarter. Now, Duke fought back in the third, but the fourth quarter, they were held to 9 points. The Gamecocks really unleashed that smothering, just problematic defense that they have, where they are just pressuring the basketball, jumping passing lanes, forcing turnovers. They forced Duke into 16 turnovers in this contest. They blocked 3 shots and got 7 steals. The rebounding is where it really looks like, the difference in this game. 45 rebounds to 24. The front court, the bigs for the Gamecocks were huge. You talk about Camila Cardoso, 14 rebounds, 15 points. Chloe Kitts doing her thing, the youngster, 14 points and 9 rebounds, leading this group and just playing the best that she has. Then on the other side, Bree Hall, just her 3-and-D just capabilities, her ability to spread the floor and just take smart shots. She makes all the hustle plays for this group, and she is the glue person. She is the glue to this team. And then you got Tiana Pau had 12 points as well. 5 players in double figures. And then Malaysia Full-Wiley got back in the rotation within this contest as well with 9 points. And it was kind of crazy because Ashlyn Watkins didn't really play that much, but she still had 4 boards in 7 minutes. Like, her trajectory with minutes times stats, like, per 30 have to be insane. I'm just saying, like, she is a hooper. But you see the breakdown there. The Gamecocks really controlled this game from the second quarter and on. Duke really came out and shot really well from the three-point line, but Carolina ended up shooting 60% from 3. Look, man, if they're shooting 60% from 3, 50% from the field, 9 for 15 from 3, the rest of the country is in trouble. Now, they got to get those free throws up. They got to the line, though, and shot 23 free throws, made 16 of them. The rebounding really changed the game. Now, they're going to have to cut down on them turnovers. 20 turnovers is not going to cut it. I'm just saying. They're going to have to cut down on the turnovers, but we saw them make shots. If they're shooting the three-point shot as well as they did today, and as well as they have been in the last couple games, it's going to be an issue, man. But you got Hall, You got Pow Pow out there just lighting it up, and I love the development of Hall and what she's bringing to this team. The versatility to be able to guard multiple positions, the shot making ability. She's finding her offense within the flow of the offense. She's making shots within the flow of the offense. She's just such a high IQ player and just makes the right decisions. It seems like whenever they need a big play, Bree Hall is on the other end of it. Then you got Camila Cardoso doing her thing. She's just too big, too physical, too skilled, too fast getting down the floor, catching those lobs. She's just too good to stop right now. They have the two leading shot blockers in Cardoso and Watkins in the SEC. The defense is tenacious. After those technical fouls got called and Chloe Kitts got riled up. This team, it was like Duke poked a bear and they completely came out and smacked the Blue Devils in the mouth. They have another gear that I haven't seen from any other team in the nation so far. Like, South Carolina can just really turn it up when they want to and flip a switch. There's so much talent coming off this bench in the starting five, in the backcourt with Raven Johnson. I mean, you got shooters around her. You got her who's always going to be able to get the assist. She can score as well. I mean, there's no glaring weaknesses with this team, and it's getting really, really scary the way that they're beating everybody by double digits. Make no mistake, this Duke team is talented. They gave Stanford all they could handle, and had to take it to OT to beat this team. South Carolina comes in and beats them handedly by double digits, dang near almost 20. Like, this group is just special. They can play fast. They can play in the half court. They have something, though, this year with Hall and Pow Pow that they didn't have before, and that's the shooting. Raven Johnson has improved her shooting as well. But the three-point shot is actually a strength for this team, and that is scary. But we saw Coach Dawn Staley get fired up, and she's just keeping it real about her squad and their competitiveness.
We're competitive beings. I mean, we love this game, and we pour into it, and the secret is to just score more points than the other team because they're good. Like, Duke's good. Duke put us back on our heels, and they challenged us in every aspect of the game. I just thought we just had a bigger run at the end. We stopped turning the ball over, and we stopped taking bad shots. Those are the two things that allowed them to get back in the game. So, I mean, we just, we know what it is. When you have a team that can actually see it and make the adjustment, that's when you're saying something because, it's a game of runs. I thought they had the momentum going into the fourth quarter. We had to somehow stop that momentum, and we chose to go into Camilla, and Camilla delivered for us time and time again. And I thought Malaysia Fuwale again, her ability to get to the rim, her ability to drive it and kick it for a three that put the game out of reach. I mean, all great job by some individual players of ours.
This group literally mirrors her. How do you lose your whole starting five, basically, and come back with a better team? Like, bro, this is not normal. They did not rebuild. They retooled, they reloaded. And I don't see them losing a game for a while. This group has a special vibe about them. They're no nonsense. Like, they play hard. They're not taking anything for granted this year. And you can tell that they are on an absolute mission to get back to the national championship game. And the way that they're playing defense and converting that defense into offense in transition, making plays, sharing the basketball, I mean, it's just tough, man. You got kids who can spread the floor and open things up for Cardoso. You got Cardoso banging down low, getting rebounds, showing the touch, finishing around the cup like one of the best players in the nation right now on both sides of the floor. You got the dynamic backcourt, full Wiley, Raven Johnson, Pow Pow making shots, moving the basketball. Raven Johnson is the key to the ignition that makes the Gamecocks go. Like, we're seeing other teams out here that are making some noise, UCLA, Colorado, Stanford as well, that are making some noise, but it just doesn't feel like any of these teams are on the level of South Carolina right now. Like, the Gamecocks are up here, and the rest of the nation is playing catch-up right now. And it's just crazy how talented they are. Like, Coach Staley was saying that this group could be better than this past year's group just, deeper. And people were thinking she was crazy, but now that you're seeing them get out in action and really play together as a cohesive unit, they are tough, and they've played from behind. They fought through adversity. Like, we've seen them play two very tough teams in two very tough, borderline hostile environments in Chapel Hill and then in Durham, about 3 days apart. And they handled business both games. It got scrappy both games, and they were not ducking any type of smoke. South Carolina was here. They were standing on business, and they continue to just prove that they are a dominant force, a juggernaut in the college game right now. Coach Staley has them firing on all cylinders. They look hungry. They look motivated. That was something this team was missing last year. Like, there's like some urgency this year, and you can tell. Like, they are just not taking anything for granted. They are going, they're scrapping, they're hungry, they're clawing, they're fighting every game. And I respect them because they are literally taking every team's best shot night in and night out. It is a dogfight. They are taking every team's best shot, and they are taking it in stride and getting better every week. They don't have the big names as much as like a LSU. But the production is there. 7-0 on the year. The production is there. The talent is there. And we're seeing it mixed in with that youth, mixing in with those veterans that have been around waiting for their time. It's the perfect blend of talent. They are feeding off one another, and the sky is the limit for this group. I don't see when they're going to lose a game anytime soon. Like, I expect them to run through the SEC. And, hey, they're going to have a tough matchup against LSU when they do meet. But other than that, man, I don't know. Tennessee will absolutely give them a fight, too. Arkansas's tough, but, like, man, South Carolina's just on they got a different gear they can shift into. But y'all let me know how y'all feel about the situation and how the Gamecocks are playing. Y'all let me know. What's the end result for them this season? Who have you been most impressed with? I've been impressed with the development, the freshmen and the veterans playing alike, players taking that next leap, embracing bigger roles. Hey, man, it's just a beautiful thing to see. But y'all holler at your boy and let me know how y'all feel in the comments. That's a wrap for us. Until next time, I'm Brandon Blakeney, a.k.a. Brandon Lee TV, and we out.